Because against another team, maybe you assume, hey, they're just going to play the strongest picks in the meta, but that's not how Fnatic are playing. Fnatic are playing their comfort.
It's the problem I have with is the Malzahar ban that necessary against Jesiz? He did fine on some of the range support. Maybe just Kennen, Shen, LeBlanc could have been a better opening ban rotation. Because I think actually, thinking about it more, you should ban Shen here if you're Misfits and just deal with it. Kennen only snowballs if you get super fed. That's interesting. They don't want to play against Rengar, and they have shown that they cannot play Rengar themselves, so they have to remove it here. And I'm not sure if I 100% agree with it, honestly.
Rengar has been a pick that's been incredibly successful, sometimes in snowballing games, but very often at shutting down side lane split push. So it's interesting that Misfits, the team who should be worried about shutting down side lane split push, are now taking that away. But it is the Shen first pick.
All right, Alphari, do him dirty. Pick the Kennen top here.
Take it away.
Take it away.
It's the opportunity because you have to be really worried about what they can take. They can take Kennen and Zyra in the next rotation to give them every comfort pick they've ever wanted.
Then again, it wasn't always about the picks though, because we remember this Kennen popping off game 2. Game 1, he was an afterthought. It's all about the early gang pressure top lane. Yes, that's what I want to see.
Misfits are well aware. They get the Elise this time. They say we're not messing around. No Rengar, no risky mid-game picks. It's going to be all about early snowball.
You could even go as far as going Elise Syndra here. But again, this is also a great pick. This is engaged. This is also a safe laner. Ashe is some of the strongest early laning phase in the game, especially when there's a wealth of range support still available. And worst case, you go something like Ashe Tom Kench, and you are still fine in lane.
Happy to have it. Cover comes out for Broxah. What are they going to round it out with?
Yeah, they can't go to Zyra Kennen that you talked about, because Broxah has incredibly shallow champion pool, so they need to go Lee Sin instead. And then now Misfits, they can actually pick their range support here and double squeeze Jesiz if they want to.
Or they can pick something that may let them bully out sOAZ.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Nope.
I think Renekton is too early versus a champion like Shen.
You really want a winning matchup here. We saw Expect fall to sOAZ so handily.
Okay.
When he has this, sOAZ is a fantastic Shen player. Was a huge part.
Ooh, the legacy player returning to the Fnatic organization this year. Honestly, a staple. You know, he was there with on many of the highs of the Fnatic organization. He is now put under immense pressure because there is one moment in the game that no top laner wants to play against, and it is the level 3 and 4 dive gank, push dive gank from Renekton and Elise. This goes back to different years. It spans seasons. It has always been possible to really make somebody cry under his turret with this combo. sOAZ needs to survive it.
Who better to know the terror too than the legacy player?
But the new Shen with the zone.
Yep. Spirit's Refuge. Just
Thank you.
ridiculous at, of course, mitigating all the damage under tower.
Dagger Circle is what I was going to call it.
Dagger Circle.
But yeah.
I really hope it's actually called Spirit's Refuge.
I think it is.
I think we're good.
It's recognizable. I think it is. But that's definitely what you can use. I think it actually can absorb the Renekton W too. So very well timed. Spirit's Refuge can definitely save his
Ruthless Predator, by the way, on the Renekton W.
Ruthless Predator, by the way.
Look, I
played bans, Drakos.
A few opportunities to shine. Damn you, Krepo. All right, KaKAO taken off the board. Once again, the mystery band that Fnatic keep going back to. We have to assume that PowerOfEvil has been playing it in solo queue. The Syndra, the Echo taken away from Caps. No comfort going to be coming in from him.
Yeah, mid lane matchup. This is usually where people pick support, especially when Ori Syndra are out, and then counter pick the mid lane. PoE could just go for blind Ahri though, knowing him when he gets hit in his champion pool, or the blind Ryze here. There's definitely two options, and then leave IgNar to kind of decide what the composition needs. You know, does it need a Tom Kench? Does it need some more push? How hard is Fnatic going to invest into pushing bot lane, for example?
Bot lane, once again, has not been the big focus. But if you want a safe mid lane pick,
I would actually like this. I think this makes a lot of sense here for the Misfits. If he can survive, Vladimir is super nasty to play against. This, Fizz is actually an old school counter into mid lane Vladimir, because it's so annoying to play against. But it's a melee matchup. If it falls behind, it's also useless.
Yeah. Pressure. Fnatic taking their time. Never 100% sure when they have what they're going to lock in, where it's going to go. But it looks like they're debating over it. Maybe they'd be used to seeing the tank Fizz in the top lane. For now, we're going to see Zyra on the bottom.
They're buying time. Oh, we're still picking.
I see an Ignite on Caps in the mid lane, and to me, that says that Fizz pick was real.
He's thinking about it. Obviously, it is definitely an option. They wouldn't hover it randomly, but they're obviously thinking, what if it goes wrong? Again, you would play with 3 side lane champions. You don't want Fizz, Ken, and Shen, right? Maybe they want just a mage that can stay mid. The Victor, for example. Something safe, wave clear. Survive, you know, buy time, because you already have your side lanes covered.
Now it is going to be the Ryze, however. They want yet another threat to push on that side lane, someone who can look to win out in those 1v1s.
But it's a hybrid. They also have mobility here. It adds to the chaotic shot calling. You know, Realm Warp into Stand United is definitely an option. And now, ooh, IgNar. Sassy coming out with the misfortune. This is technically double flex. Ashe support exists. Highly unlikely, however. But the throwback.
This isn't a throwback. This is Worlds.
Yeah.
Well, Kennen. Yeah. Different worlds, but
yeah,
worlds.
Worlds combined. By our worlds combined. We are a new metagame.
A little 2015, a little 2016, a little 2014.
Renekton, yep. A little 2000 everything with Elise in. Champion's been broken throughout the years.
Elise, I mean, come on. We got everything here. We got the classics, we got the new flavor. We're looking at it. Misfits have opted for the old school counter pick, have opted for the misfortune, and the comps
It's
now
risky,
built,
though.
selected. We got the Lee Sin versus the Elise. Once again, I feel like our attention has to shift there. Who can out-jungle? Who can make the bigger impact?
Damn, level 6, this is going to be explosive. If sOAZ can stand United into an aggressive engagement in the bottom lane, Zyra Kennen level 6 is double CC, but doing that into like an arrow and bullet time is risky. We could see a lot of explosions around the 8-9 minute mark in the bot lane.
Just insane team fight potential from both sides. A lot of engage options. A lot of little bit of the wombo combos going back and forth. Pressure starts to mount for both sides.
Misfits have nothing to lose here. This is just, for them, this is playoff practice, right? They could even experiment with the draft and be okay losing a game if it teaches them something for playoffs. We have to remember that. Fnatic, however, everything is on the line here.
Yeah, if you believe in them, at eSports, it's your last chance. You know what to vote. Take one last look at the compositions, at the players behind them. We get into game 3. The crowd is ready. We're ready. Teams have taken to the Rift. Ladies and gentlemen, this is game 3. This is playoffs. This is do or die on the side of Fnatic. Will they fall just short for the first time in the organization's history of the EU LCS playoffs? For now, we'll watch the spider dance, though.
Wow, what a great segue.
I was like, all right, I don't know how to come down from that.
Just let it linger. Just let it go.
All right.
Silence is the answer. All right, no more, or else still plant duels here. Obviously, Zyra got countered by misfortune. A lot of people don't know it. It's because you can, if 2 plants are spawned together, the double up will definitely kill them. I think left tap deals extra damage to Zyra. And more importantly, with harassing and making it rain, you can just poke her out all the time. Make it very susceptible. This is a super strong poke lane in Ashe Misfortune, whereas Zyra really needs to connect the root and then get the Kennen stun for the all-in. But I feel like the push advantage should definitely be on the side of Misfits.
A lot of strong tools to keep the lane pressuring in their favor. You mentioned Ashe, insanely strong early game in this laning phase. A lot of AoE on the volley as well. Not something that Rekkles really has the luxury of.
Yep.
It's going to be pretty rough, man. Of course, as you get later into the game, too, the MF just gets faster and faster. The slow on Make It Rain becomes larger.
And also, if you look at Zyra ultimate, it takes like 2 seconds to channel. That's enough for bullet time to kill you at that point. Soul starts here for the jungle. This is an adaptation we've seen. In a world where all these junglers start Raptors, it's really hard for some of them to do that. So we see both Elise and Lee Sin hidden in the jungle, no leash, which makes it very difficult for these teams to expect where the second gank or the first gank is going to be, rather.
But not set up for any early action on the top side right now. No surprise level 2 ganks.
Yeah, but you could still see level 4 gank with a dive timing on Alphari top lane. You could also see every single bit of pressure being put in the bot lane, get a turret down, and then start rotating. So many teams, when Shen hits level 6, rotate into the Shen lane to prevent him from using Stand United. And if Misfits keep pushing, that could be a viable rotation that could just snowball the early game for them.
Now we take a look at Broxah, just a fantastic player so far in the series. Both junglers having huge impact in each of their respective games, and they're both moving their way to the top side of the map.
You see that ward being placed in the jungle, not in the jungle right now by Alphari. He can't afford to go for a deep grump ward because he doesn't know where Lee Sin starts. Lee Sin could path around, could be in his jungle, so he's going for a much safer approach here. Might be a little bit scared.
Has to be careful. Both junglers work their way to the top side, but it doesn't guarantee top lane gank, top lane pressure. And Ashe,
yes,
Hawkshot comes out. Not worried about the laning power. Level 2 means he's going to spot out that jungler.
When pushed, you can get the ideal Hawkshot that spans every single camp. You see what's down, you see what's up, and more importantly, you can find Broxah. So Broxah has been revealed, and KaKAO is power clearing his jungle. He leaves no camp in his wake, and he's going for the fast clear top. Now, Broxah was revealed. Misfits know this. and they know they can expect him to gank the top lane.
And it was the unpredictability of Broxah in Game 2 that allowed him to help snowball the team to keep the team moving forward, but this time they have all the information.
Oh, bad communication. They saw actually Caps placed his ward. They saw him move into the brush here, so KaKAO is now revealed because PoE didn't quite signal the fact that there could have been a ward there.
Not what they need. Once again, small advantages in this series have made all of the difference. Junglers spot each other out.
Yeah, and that prompts a reaction in the bot lane. When you're Hansama and IgNar and you see Elise in after a full clear topside, you know you can push for at least 40 seconds more. And Alphari as well, he gets the cover from KaKAO, and this is what he did so well in Game 1. He just hovered around the lanes, not giving Broxah a chance to gank, and using the natural tendencies of these lanes to snowball, and he's going all in the top lane. Broxah has been to base already, and it bought up 2 long swords, whereas KaKAO, he wants to make this play happen.
Rinse and repeat from Game 1. They found success once before.
That's a little early.
Wow. We're going to erase those 20 seconds, just continue as normal.
That's all. Anyways, let's continue.
All right, now he's killing the Krugs.
He's killing the Krugs here. Rekkles lane gang from Broxah with the 2 long swords.
Forward, misses the Q. No, connects it in the end. Does move forward. IgNar gets taken down. It's Broxah again.
Yeah, when he pushes in the top lane and bases, you're safe for 40 seconds. If you stay for a full minute, however, you are prone to getting lane gank. What a good read here from Broxah. Skips the Krugs. And honestly, bad positioning by Misfits. You should expect potential lane gank, especially against Rekkles, who is, prone to do this on the Kennen. And he's popping off again.
And you may have expected the lane gank, but you may have expected it top side. That's what KaKAO was looking for, and they don't find it, but just so clean.
I mean, Flash, IgNar, you kind of... Yeah, if you play against an AD Kennen, let's say KaKAO top.
Oh, moving in. sOAZ could get dived. Is it the return kill on the top? Spirit's Refuge buys a little bit of time. Leaps up, leaps down, takes him out. Will he drop in return? Yes, the 1-for-1 for Fnatic.
That's all it takes. One Spirit's Refuge being popped, even if you're 10%, 15, it doesn't matter, because it blocks every single auto attack, and after the spells, that's all these champions have left.
It's not the level 6 Renekton. It's not the tick down on the Dominus. It's not Elise with any spells left at all. It's just no one there to finish it out. sOAZ, beautiful play.
But we have to go back to that gank in the bottom lane. When you play against AD Kennen and he pops the Lightning Rush, you just need to respect Flash instantly. Because the only way he can get to 3 stacks is if he gets you with that hit, right? Because that, unless he has a W stacked already, it's much harder for him to do that. Let's see KaKAO again here. Look at how low sOAZ goes. This is a perfect play in the end. But right here, KaKAO, honestly, probably should have repelled earlier, so he would not get the taunt damage, and then he could survive.
I think repel instantly when you see the Spirit's Refuge. You know you can't do damage.
But obviously, the Shen was tanking still. Caps is...
He's feeling it, man. I love this. Everyone else had in their hands. They're worried. They're scared. Caps is like, look, we're going to go out. We're going out in style. I'm going out with a smile on my face.
And now, bot lane has no summoners. Rekkles and Jesiz, they're able to play aggressive, but they have Stand United to back them up.
Yeah.
They can't go for the trades.
That last play is so risky because you talked about it. He needs everything to come together to get the stun, right? But he stacks everything. He has potential for 4
marks. He can still get it if he does, obviously, auto into QW. You can stun it, but it's much harder to land the max range Q than it's to just give him a quick tap with Flash E.
Well, he prepped it so well because he had both the W proc up, he had the second mark, he misses the shuriken, but connects with the auto attack, secures the stun. Everything came together.
And that's a spacing you need to do if you ever play against AD Kennen. Lower tier players will make it very obvious when they're stacking their W and run around with it. That's when you just back off and you give them the space.
And no space for Misfits right now. They went from dominating the bottom side of the map to losing out very hard, and Caps is coming down.
Oh, bot lane party. This is why you always leave that lane. Look at sOAZ. He left the lane. KaKAO needs to stop Stand United somehow, because otherwise it might just be a dive. But Fnatic,
Far paying attention.
they give it away.
Leap forward, flash in, no Spirit's Refuge yet. He's stunned up. Can they get it? They're keeping it going. Gets him. That's some damage. Misfits.
Oh, that was so close. Just in front of the minion. A fraction of a second later, and he doesn't get it right there.
Could have just thrown down the Spirit's Refuge, could have just walked away. Life in his hands as his team collapsed on the bottom side, but Misfits.
Whew. And now they're racing for the turret. Who's going to get it? It looks like it's Misfits actually winning it. It's super close, by the way, so that one goes down.
Together, they do get it. That is huge for the team. Fnatic too slow on the push.
Hansama and IgNar successfully escaped the bottom lane play. If that's not communicated, if PowerOfEvil does not tell them, yo guys, Ryze is going bot lane, they have a Shen, the game ends right here. But instead, Misfits turn it around.
They've seen enough of the bot lane parties after Game 2. They're not taking any more risks here. It's the adaptation that Misfits fans wanted to see. Fnatic, they're making all the right moves in this game. They're playing around the map, but they did not expect KaKAO and Alphari to execute flawlessly.
And Alphari is now the split pusher in the start of the game that's the strongest, but it's kind of a tag team wrestle match. Alphari will start, but then he moves to the side of the ring and he will get the hand clap from PowerOfEvil. PowerOfEvil will take over later. He will be the strongest side laner on this Vladimir, obviously with no teleport, but he got launched with 2 assists at least, and he is getting strong into the game now.
Happy to have the Tiamat. Can't keep the pressure up. It's going to be hard for Shen to match where Renekton is bringing. Has the targeted CC as well. May just turn his sights to the mid lane.
Fnatic also have a really good early spike team fight. You know, Elise kick, Ryze ultimate to surprise somebody, the Kennen Zyra combination. They could fight for a dragon. But then again, they're fighting against a Renekton that could potentially join.
Yeah, and you got the Ashe, the misfortune, and base damage is definitely something to consider.
And it's gone. Alphari, when you get a Tiamat on Renekton, there's so much like animation canceling you can
it's
do.
so brutal.
There's like this video online that explains it much better than I ever can, but the amount of cancels you can do with like ultimate pop into WQ, with weaving in Tiamat in between, you can one-shot people so fast if you know what you're doing.
And Alphari definitely does. Proven it once before, so sOAZ gonna have to back off because, you know, normally with this Predator, you stun them, you kind of stun yourself. When you have Tiamat, you instantly cancel that animation, and you get in 2 more auto attacks on top of it. It's just brutal.
KaKAO is leaning so much on the top side of the map though, and he is exposing this dragon for Fnatic. Luckily for Misfits, in this case, it is a cloud, so they're not losing too much.
Could be much worse for them, but with the Ryze constantly looking to roam, will be a small benefit to Fnatic.
And Sama is playing at a deficit again though. Every single time there's such a big top lane focus for Fnatic and Misfits, Sama loses the top lane, the bot lane duel, especially after that early kill in the bottom lane. Look at him, he's down 20 CS right now on the Ashe, only on Cutlass, and it looks like we're seeing a bit of a roam here.
Big confidence coming in from the Fnatic lineup.
Oh, they're diving!
Out
KaKAO
comes
is
the
there!
Realm Orb. KaKAO leaps in, nails the Shen. The TP's coming in as well. That's a lot of people about to die, but it's not enough. sOAZ getting one. Rekkles is on the back line. He is untouched. KaKAO, where are you going? That's not your territory anymore, or is it? Alphari looks for the turn. There's nothing the Kennen can do. sOAZ looking for a way out. He's not going to find it. Misfits turn it right back. PowerOfEvil hungry for blood, looking for more, but he's going to have to walk away.
Oh, Fnatic, what a bold move right there, but they telegraphed the dive. That is the one thing you do not want to see when you realm up in. The enemy jungler is saying, hello!
Welcome. I see you wanted a party. I would like to know why I wasn't invited.
Do you mind if I participate? But even then, it's still a 2 for 2. Look at this. Like, KaKAO's like, yep, they're coming. They're coming. Okay, do not miss your cocoon. If IgNar is level 6 here and he flashes out with bullet time, he can actually do so much, but Hansama gets focused down. And look at the communication here. So many junglers would turn around to help kill Rekkles here, but KaKAO knows, Barney, he got this. I'm a chase with
That's a big crocodile. He can definitely take on that little ninja.
And PoE is just 1v3 in the front line, and that is going to be the late game win condition for Misfits, this Vladimir.
Running forward, you can see in that fight an immense amount of damage from KaKAO.
And Broxah, 0. He was the unfortunate victim.
Someone has to be sacrificed in order to start the party.
Every realm warp requires a life. When you're diving turrets.
Unfortunate for Broxah. Now Fnatic trying to match the tempo here, but may find themselves behind.
Misfits, they're not going to try and dive a Shen here with 3-man. They're just going to rotate mid and say, you know what, you get the first turret, but we're going to get the better turret in mid lane. But they need to be quick though, because right now, they're 3-manning the Raptors. Not sure if I like that play.
Wave is going to go down, but Rekkles is going to continue to pressure on top side. Will Fnatic look for a second tier 2? Will they respond? KaKAO zoning off.
Yeah, they will. They have to. This is such a good play. Fnatic is rotating Misfits rather, because they went for Raptors.
Misfits is trying to catch up.
They need a hawk shot. Yeah.
We'll spot out the flank. Neither team going to push for the tier 2, but a lot of CS dying to that tower.
Yeah, they can just run down, and they can actually catch. And Sama here, Rekkles, look at him. He's waiting. Sama's safe. Okay.
Blast cones, saving the day. Sometimes just want to take a trip to the bounce house, Krepo.
But again, Fnatic free turret. Turret for Raptors. Whether we wait.
I'm going to weigh in the favor of turret, Krepo. I'm going to go with turret.
We passed phase 1 of color casting exam.
If that's phase 1, there has to be like a million phases. Or there has to be some exponential growth in difficulty. Rekkles once again getting the buff that all split pushers love to have. Has the Blade of the Rune King as well.
Love me some vision. Look at that. Fnatic with the knowledge.
Now moving forward, like at this stage of the game, it's so close, it's so even. And last time it was the explosive early lead coming in from Fnatic, and when Misfits were winning, it was slow, it was steady. And right now it's slow and steady. That's the tempo Misfits like. But Fnatic can't be counted out yet. Still have the potential to blow this game wide open.
Yeah, but sOAZ is obviously he's been playing the team game, and a lot of the farm that has been denied Hansama, for example, that has been traded for pressure that has been funneled into Alphari. that has been a staple for the Misfits organization here in their first split in the LCS. And that means Alphari right now is 36 CS up compared to sOAZ. Let's check the gold too, because it's obviously speaking just in CS. A full 1,000 gold ahead here for Alphari.
Massive, especially when you consider how much completing that Black Cleaver means, both for sticking on top of the Shen and for cutting through that armor.
And what that means, obviously, is that Fnatic, they need to find a situation where they can leverage sOAZ's teleport and stand united. Either get the cooldown, play the map, or make picks here. Broxah's in trouble.
Oh, KaKAO. Get back, leaps into the air.
Broxah's not in trouble.
Escape, flashes over the wall. Broxah's still hungry for blood. PowerOfEvil goes out, goes forward. Alphari is in the back line on the team. Slice, dice, safety. PowerOfEvil now running. Arrow's going to connect onto Broxah. That's no follow-up. Misfits spending a lot to disengage, but they walk away unscathed.
Ooh, we need to rewind here, because what was going on? Where Misfits end up in a play where enemy have Shen, and your AD carry and support are not close, and you're going blind into the enemy jungle here. I think Misfits luck out a little bit here. They played it super well, but this could have been very grim for them.
Absolutely burning multiple summoner spells just to get to safety. Multiple resources. PowerOfEvil, though, getting aggressive on the caps. Misfits straying right into the jaws of Fnatic. They see that tasty caps. They want to bite.
Yeah, I feel like Misfits are honestly a little bit lost. I feel Fnatic are playing with much more direction and purpose in the last few moments.
Plant spots out KaKAO and Alphari. Top waves steadily pushing in. Rekkles looking to respond. Will we see enough members committed to stop Alphari from getting aggressive?
No stand united, and especially it was forced in level 10. It's actually quite huge because obviously every ultimate upgrade, it gets a cooldown reduction.
Yeah, for now, 3 minutes.
It's a long time.
Definitely not where you want to be. TP is up and available, though. Not nearly as useful in a lot of these circumstances, but will ensure that sOAZ doesn't have to give anything away quite yet.
Yeah, but they need to match. The problem is this Vladimir on the side lane is not playing with teleport, so I can always force fight somewhere. But he is the late game insurance. All the farm, if possible, should be funneled into PowerOfEvil because he can, honestly, imagine a team fight where he lands on Rekkles, Jesiz, and caps. He can still kill all of them in one go. That is the power of the Vladimir.
It's just terrifying. Rekkles, of course, will have a little bit more health if he goes back for the frozen mouth, but it's not enough to survive the sheer amount of burst damage present in that kit if he can make it to that 4-item mark, 5-item mark.
Alphari needs to run here. We see caps in the mid lane group with Rekkles. They're actually going for a play. Realm Warp comes out.
Realm Warp, he can slice, he can dice. Where's he going to go? No taunt yet. It's going to get locked up. Alphari all but doomed. Does get taken down by Rekkles.
And look at Broxah. He's actually prepping the way for Fnatic to move into the top lane, not allowing Misfits to just blindly push mid. And again, they're making the play as far away as they can from PoE. So even if it's an extended fight, it will always end up in a 5v4. And Misfits, they're not ready for this.
Not ready at all. IgNar, the only member even moving towards the top side of the map. They know they have to concede this objective. They know that they've made a mistake. And Fnatic, they are controlling this game.
And this is no longer about just split pushing and Kennen cheese. No, this is superior macro coming out of Fnatic right now. And Misfits, they're falling back into this slump where their mid game is just reactive as hell. And they're just waiting for their opponents to make a mistake.
PowerOfEvil. What's the play here? Hansama throws up the arrow, connects on the caps, instant cleanse. Oh, IgNar is caught out. Broxah goes in, down. Goes the misfortune.
Again, they're making plays in a vacuum that are okay, but they're not respecting, okay, this guy has cleanse. Are we going to kill him? No, he still has flash. Where's our support? Where's our vision? And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, sOAZ is putting pressure. They need to send Alphari into the lane with Shen. They can't have Vladimir match him.
Such an unfortunate place to be because they want that farm on the Vladimir, right? That's where they want to be. They want that pick to scale up, but they don't have the luxury anymore.
And every time Fnatic challenges Misfits anywhere, their immediate reaction is to path there, right? So now they're losing side lane farm. Renekton pathed to the mid lane, went back to top lane. Now he's finally pushing out. Fnatic take a dragon. So Fnatic are playing much better on 3 lanes, at least trading the farm that they're not getting on the side lane for pressure. And then to the nice one.
When we look at this, look at the items in the mid lane. It's rough because Caps stacking up that tier, got a lot of extra mana in the inventory, just an Abyssal Scepter. Just MR present in PowerOfEvil. And that's not going to save you against Broxah, against Rekkles when it comes to these fights. It's just not there yet when it comes to being a threat.
Yeah, IgNar places the ward, but he's like, guys, there's support in our jungle. Because they obviously got top pushed in, and that's why you need lane priority. And you need to group up with people when you play. You can't just go for the most obvious pick in the world against the guy with double sums. That is disrespectful. You can't just say, we're going to kill Caps who has cleanse flash in the mid lane.
You can say that early in the game. You can say that maybe when you have a big advantage, but you can't take those massive risks against an opponent when they've got so much available. And now Fnatic just going to take a mid lane tower.
Nope, not yet. But they're going to chunk it. And that's enough, honestly. Small victories here and there. Make sure they keep taking their jungle camps as well. So many teams, they're so dead set in like, invade the enemy jungle, place T-ports, that they forget there is a wealth of gold in their jungle available for them. Also worth taking. Don't fall too far behind.
18 minutes to 2K gold lead, much smaller than Fnatic played with in game 2, but still a significant lead.
Broxah and KaKAO are bang on even in terms of gold. So he's looking for extra camps where Broxah's jungle is somewhat full sometimes, but KaKAO is playing for scrap. Another realm mob.
Realm web, where's it going to go? PowerOfEvil, he's been cut out. He's all alone. Pick for Fnatic.
Yeah. PoE, the Ghost, Vladimir, not really working out. Constantly, he's either getting like banged up on a side lane 4v1, or the play is played so far away from him that he has no impact. He's not allowed to play League of Legends here. Farm Simulator or death is it for PoE.
Unfortunately, he's going to play Farm Simulator for many, many minutes to come if he wants to even have a chance at coming back here, because the gold lead continues to grow for Fnatic, and they're looking to keep the gold lead growing to take down this tier 1 tower.
Have to be careful though. You can't disrespect the Renekton in the early game. Like this guy, if he pops R, flash, EQ, he can tear anybody apart, especially with Cleanse still on cooldown very briefly for caps.
And no ultimate from Rekkles either. There is the ultimate for Jesiz, some tools to dissuade any further engage.
Look for arrow into bullet time. Ooh, use the way clear. No, that's such a defensive mindset here for Misfits. Because it's not like they outscale tremendously hard. Like Ashe later, yeah, but this Renekton is definitely going to fall off.
Even then, Ashe later needs someone to protect her. Stop the Kennen from the chain CC.
Yeah, so they use a cooldown, but then they give up the siege. Look at side lanes, both pushing in though. Fnatic are losing farm on the side lanes, but they're trading it for pressure, which means they need the gold trade here in terms of this turret.
And that's just
what they're getting.
Silver lining at this stage for the side of Misfits, because Fnatic take the mid lane tower, they back off, they can manage those side lanes.
But it's not over. Even though we're looking at like a 3,500 gold lead here at 20 minutes, these long lanes become difficult to play. If Misfits soak up some farm here and Fnatic do not execute their Baron baits very well, it can definitely be a problem. But I'm loving the realm orbs from Caps here.
Smart, proactive. It feels like the second he hit level 11, he's trying to force that anywhere on the map he can. Things look pretty good so far. Misfits, though, I mean, very much down and out.
Teleport. Ooh, cancelled. Okay, let's track that back. sOAZ was TPing on the single D-port in the enemy jungle right there, but he cancelled it because it was a bit too far off because there's no vision. Misfits have done a great job at denying vision in their own jungle, meaning that Fnatic have to play guessing game, who shows up where, and that actually allows Misfits to play their side lanes much deeper. They also got the Scuttle Crab, which delays Baron Asher for a while, and Fnatic are playing for scraps.
Not a whole lot to go to either team right now, but that's exactly what Misfits wants. Want to buy a little bit more time, want to hope to potentially find a pick here.
Yes, because that's what their lineup is built for, essentially, too, when they have the 3 in the mid lane. Ashe, Misfortune, Elise should be able to chain CC a target and DPS it down sufficiently, and that's what we're seeing right now. Grouping up, ignoring KaKAO. This has been their strength. This has been a point they could leverage over Fnatic, where Jesiz and Broxah were not always on the same page.
Jesiz, Broxah, very separate parts of the map right now.
That could be a fight, though. Ooh.
Jesiz and Rekkles sticking together.
Look at Rekkles. He's looking for potential ulti if somebody CCs. But Misfits crawling together right now, but sOAZ on the side lane. This is the pressure on Misfits. Somebody will need to deal with sOAZ. Arrow goes out.
Off. Arrow does connect onto Rekkles. Where is the follow-up?
It's nowhere. It's too far. This is Fnatic basically playing the pressure game so well that Misfits are making unforced errors.
Caps moving into the mid lane. He's going to look to back right off. sOAZ turns his attention to the bottom side of the map. There's no CC to threaten on the Caps there. He has the cleanse as well.
He's just positioning for the rotation. He can go bot with Realm Up, but if once he sees he does not need to, he goes back to the mid lane. He can always Realm Up into a fight. Fnatic are actually playing on 2 lanes so well that Misfits, they're lost. Look at what they're accomplishing. Top push and some vision around Nasher, but all the lanes are belonging to Fnatic.
This is not a trade you wanted to take. Once again, this is the situation where your opponent is bleeding out. Fnatic are just speeding it up, one cut at a time.
And it's slow, but tension is definitely rising here. So many fans, whether it's online or in the studio right now, they were cheering for Fnatic to take the series. Then game 1 happened. They're like, whew, it's looking grim, boys.
It's over.
Hashtag rock win. And then game 2, what a smashing performance. And then this, much different.
The difference, too, is that the game 1 we attributed to a single gank, to a smart play coming from Fnatic. But it was still that 1-3-1. It wasn't pure out macro. But at this point, it's been Fnatic completely and utterly outmaneuvering the Misfits.
Yeah, definitely punishing this Vladimir pick. It requires time to scale, and you can't afford to die because champion is so good being just really annoying. Flash, Ghost, Pool, you should not die on a side lane. But now it's actually Misfits with a moment of pressure. sOAZ isn't bot lane yet, he is basing now, which means Alphari can actually push the wave in, disappear, run topside and force a play. I think that is the best call for Misfits to make right now. Look for Arrow. Rekkles is in a brush. He's
Arrow, there it is. Out comes the Shen ultimate. Exhaust goes down. They're trying to keep this one going. Realm Warp right on top of Hot Summon. There's the taunt. That's a good start to the fight. KaKAO is in the middle of no man's land, and Alphari, he wants to move in. He wants to make the hero play.
Alphari can still maybe carry this fight, but PoE drops. He's down. It's only Alphari.
1v3 Alphari. You are not enough to stop Fnatic. They're pushing in. They're looking for more.
What a fantastically fast reaction from the Fnatic lineup. Rekkles was caught. They did not expect him to get caught there on a ward, but holy moly, he turned that one around. He went for the instant QSS into the aggression. They didn't press tab. Nobody in Misfits was ready for the possibility where Fnatic actually turned that play upside down onto them.
And in a world where AD carries QSS and flash backwards, Rekkles is the man who goes in.
Yeah, and look at IgNar. He's playing a mage that has to be long-range ER combo. He got so close to Rekkles that he wasn't allowed to participate in the fight. Watch this again. So they find him. This is beautiful. Instant Realm Warp. Jesiz to caps. Rekkles buys time. What is IgNar doing? He's too close. He even flashed in to follow up. No. You have to be the re-engage. Broxah is like, guys, I too am part of this team. And then Alphari, yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's just over. There's nothing left.
Damn, Rekkles, man, with the QSS. And this is, yeah. Oh. Okay, they saved it.
They bring it in. They bring it in.
I got scared for a second. They were about to do the turkey, you know?
Yeah. That's your concern right now, Krepo, is the turkey? Fnatic on the precipice of making playoffs.
For people that were unaware, obviously that was Rocket's coach grabs. Now IgNar got grabbed.
Moving forward, looking for a little bit more. Broxah going to take him down. Misfits, can they turn this one back? Has sOAZ gone too deep? Rekkles holding back.
Split push, Baron creeps. Alphari looking for the dash. The lineup is split. There is Realm Warp coming out, but is it too slow?
The Porta Belt in. It's the QSS out. Slowly but surely, Rekkles is taking damage. Broxah with the body block means the fight can keep rolling.
Caps on the side, threatening hand Sama. sOAZ is back with teleport.
Taunt goes in. PowerOfEvil will get locked down. CC goes in. His body's telling him yes. Not going to find the kill.
His mind telling him no. The minions are still there. The wave is gone for 30 seconds. No rotation. But Fnatic, they're fine. Holding on because PoE is really low in base right now. Go speed up that wave. If you walk to the wave, it goes faster. Rekkles knows this. And this could be a siege for the turret.
IgNar up now. It could be the 5v5. Arrow up shortly for Sama. sOAZ on the front lines. Who will start the fight?
Look for Alphari to go in, combined with bullet time here. Cocoon goes wide though. That's a big cost, but the minions are gone. The zone is just enough.
Caps on his lone toe. Porta Belt forward. He could be in trouble. Bullet time comes out. Caps will get picked. Flash to safety.
Okay. Good summoner trade right there. Caps with the necessary restraint. Put the pushes with Wartooth. But still, Drakos. Look at the gold.
And this started off as a story of what can Fnatic do, and it was not a whole lot against Misfits. It turned into Fnatic, where was this all season long? And in Game 3, it's Misfits who are the team we suddenly are like, how can you possibly hold on?
Yeah, Rockhat there. They're rooting for the miracle right there. We saw coach grabs with Finley. New coach for Fnatic here. Fnatic KaKAO.
Rekkles just keeps the pressure up, though.
He's done great work with this Fnatic lineup. Definitely trying to claw out of their slump. They took G2 to Game 3. Could have definitely won that series. Under pressure, he managed to get everybody on the same page, and we see very different reactions to stress environments in this Fnatic lineup too. You have Caps, who's always smiling. Broxah, who is literally like scared to death if you watch him on stage sometimes. Rekkles, kind of reclusive, you know, on his own. To manage all these different personalities and get them amped up on the same page is a very tough task, and that's honestly what has been affecting the Fnatic organization, because in so many interviews they come out and they're, you know what, we have great players, but we do not have a great team.
Not on the same page, not always willing to play the game together, not always getting along or functioning well. But today, whatever differences they had, they have put them aside.
Or just not that they don't get along necessarily, because that's speculation, but just because they can't find a suitable communication style. It's very hard to get that, you know. Different players react differently to different situations, whether it's losing scrims. the way people react to ganks, anything. Anything can trigger a reaction that is just not beneficial to a team environment.
Right now, Fnatic focused, set their sights on playoffs.
But this is beneficial to a team environment.
Yeah, winning, nothing cures what ails you.
Yep.
Like winning.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Fnatic take another turret down. Look at him, Baron power play, slightly below average, but I think they're okay with this.
Pretty happy to have it either way. Tier 2's broken. Fnatic now have a lot more space to play with IgNar.
IgNar is 0-5 on his Misfortune support. He has not worked out. He's about to go 0-6.
He's dead. Yep. Chalk it up. 0-6, and this is bad news. Rekkles just wants to keep the ball rolling though.
Set on PoE before pool. Nope.
Comes out forward. Rekkles still running forward. Massive heal there. Going in. Arrow goes wide. Heal comes out for the movement speed boost. Defensive ultimate coming in from Rekkles. He leaps back to safety. Alphari is all alone. Caps running in on the side, looking for the snare.
Caps is dealing so much damage right now, and sOAZ is untouched.
Alphari takes him down. sOAZ looking to get a little bit more. Caps, the one tank in the tower. This could be bad news. They move forward. Caps,
stun for Rekkles.
Yes, the team, they just disappear. Rekkles, though, all alone. It does not matter. 4 members cut down on the side of Misfits.
Broxah was playing a team player. He prepped that mid lane wave, which means right now, Fnatic have an avenue to potentially end the game.
Moving forward, looking for more Fnatic. Misfits, what is left for them to hold on?
sOAZ tanking the turrets here. One hips poised to fall. I think it's
18 seconds. This could be it. Looking for more. Broxah wants a moment to just win this out. IgNar gets taken down. KaKAO is running for his life. Gonna retreat back to the base. Fnatic tower in their sights. Nexus in their sights. Playoffs for the 9th time in a row. Fnatic make their home at the top of the EU LCS.
And in doing so, they crush the hopes and dreams of the Rocket organization. But both Fnatic and Rocket have come out. Whoever would get into playoffs would deserve it. And Fnatic definitely deserve it after this performance.
Just another level coming out from Fnatic. It has been disjointed. It has been at times disastrous, but today it was put together, it was clean, and especially in that game 3, everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
Victory in their sights.
And it is so hard to, who do you credit? Is it the level 2 gank from Broxah in game 2? Is it all the realm orbs from Caps? Is it Rekkles that key play turns out? Yes, like he goes QSS aggressive, but how fast was Caps on the trigger with these realm orbs? So many players added so much to this victory.
It was not the games we saw where Rekkles was solo split pushing in the side lane, dying, way too eager to win the game by himself. So many things had to come together for Fnatic to find the win. Each member.
Jesiz not touched on that. Zyra not targeted, pick a ban. Kennen given to Rekkles 3 games in a row. You also have to question Misfits. At what point does courage and like, I guess, proudness turn into just stubbornness and unwillingness to just target safe picks? Especially if you're heading to playoffs. Your team is about to enter best of 5. You can't make your bans flexible enough to remove comfort picks in a best of 3.
Rocket players coming up. While it was today a battle of Misfits Fnatic in so many ways, it was also the battle of Fnatic versus Rocket. Happy moment on the side of Fnatic. Rocket, while potentially hoping to get that playoff spot, also can't be ashamed of their performances, but it has been a huge rise for both of these teams in the final week to find their places where they are.
Yeah. I just got buzzed again. Player of the series, Krepo. It's like, I don't know. Caps, Rekkles? I'm torn.
Yeah, it's...
It was a team effort.
So many clutch moments from so many different players. And I feel like Rekkles started so many of those fights, but Broxah also kind of single-handedly won a game with the level 2 gank when we look at how it unfolded.
I mean, yes, I think actually, while we tunnel on the level 2 gank, and then was definitely the one to start that, looking back, it also was a counter gank in the bot lane, right? Punishing that KaKAO double leap.
Which was the aggressive play, which is Broxah being in the right spot, which was KaKAO being too tunneled on the top side.
And who went in there with the Maelstrom?
Rekkles.
Yeah, but poor Jesiz. I'm always like, why don't they give spotlight to the supports? Because they don't get much visibility. But this guy, he had a 3-1-11 in this last game. He did nothing wrong. That's always the struggle with like MVPs votes. Is like, especially when I look at like Sven, I always have to ask myself, what could he have done better this game to deserve it? I was like, I don't know, played pretty perfect, but it's not flashy, right?
Yeah, it's...
Let's give the MVP to Daylor.
He's been gone for a while. He needs one. He needs something.
Get something. People were so triggered about. No, yeah, it's tough to say. I think Rekkles played well though on the Kennen. I think he's definitely in the running there.
Conveniently, it looks like the votes are in, and our player of the series is in fact Rekkles, and I would say well earned.
Yeah, definitely saw key moments. Every key moment in the series. You know, whether it was that counter gank in the bot lane, he was involved. The turnaround QSS to go aggressive. He's not afraid to just fight. Because so many people are like, oh boy, I've been on a ward. Because you don't randomly get an arrow in a brush, right?
Yeah.
That means the opposing team knew you were there for quite a while, and you could QSS flash E out, and the play resets, and you're going for the next one. Now this guy just
and that's what we would have seen from Misfits, right? We would have seen them back off and say, hey, we don't like this play. This is not on our terms. And Fnatic say,
let's go for it. And then
you want to try to fight on your terms? Well, we got a Ryze and 3 more members of our team ready to go in here. So looked good for the team overall. But Fnatic take the series to secure their playoff spot. For more, Pyra is ready with their coach and mid laner.